I'm flagging Grandpa. How are y'all? This is a practice build so that I could try some things out that I wanted to try to see if I could do it or make it work. I wanted to try to build a stilt house using these Pittsburgh Scaffolding so it would look junky. I think I did pretty well with that. I wanted to try to make the eaves hanging over on a two-story building or a three-story building. That way I could put the scaffolding under it and make it look like was on stilts. The biggest, this is a future project I had in mind. I wanted to try things out, so I went ahead and did this build so I could try some things out. One of the things I ran into here was that I was not able to get the these stairs in where I wanted. I had to back the build up and move it over so that the stairs wouldn't run down over the trench or into the trench here. I tried to get a little closer to these buildings here so that I could incorporate the buildings into the build also, but the further I went over, the more it was telling me that it was intersecting. It must have been something under the ground that it was intersecting with. But I finally found this area which had the buildings close enough, but not close enough to incorporate into camp, but I could put it far enough back that I was able to put stairs in without them hanging over or being too close to the edge of the trenches here. I put this dock down here to cover up a trench that was here, and also my head counting for this build was that it was built here before these dried up. It would have been full of water at one time. Would have been like a canal or canals or rivers running together, and you would have had a boat and went fishing or whatever and maneuvered through the trenches, canals on the boat, so you had a pier here. Now, originally what I did, I had to set a foundation. I put a foundation over here to the side, and that allowed me to build the floors and the walls here the way I wanted to. The foundation wasn't connected to the build, but as long as I had a foundation down, I could remove and place walls and floors the way I wanted, as long as there was a foundation. Now, in order to remove anything, I had to put the foundation, attach the foundation to the stairs or the build, but without the foundation, it wouldn't let me put the walls in like I wanted. So I moved it to the side here. It wasn't attached to the building. I started off with a 3x3 foundation flat on the ground here. That way I can maneuver them around and offset them 1/4 floor using the catwalks. I moved them over 1/4 of the way using the catwalks all the way around. Built a wall up 2 walls high, 2 stories high, and put the roofs up. I had to use the flamer to burn the roofs to put a roof piece in the middle to connect them together so it looked like one continuous roof. And I did all that before I put the scaffolding in. When I started, I put a 3x3 foundation here on the ground, flat on the ground, and put the scaffolding around it to make sure I had the right area where I needed it to be. And then I removed the scaffolding and put the roof up, then put the scaffolding back and removed the foundations. I put the scaffolding all the way around. I used the corner piece here in the middle and attached the stairs to it. Then I could remove the corner piece from the middle and put the floor that you see here up, the original first floor here up. And that allowed me to clip all these other floors in place. So once I did that, then I built the walls. What I did here, especially on the front, was I used the Army base walls so I could merge two walls together in the same space. On the front here, I used the abandoned mine and the destroyed wall set, merged those together, which they left flashing points at the bottom, which is why I put all this stuff behind these railings here. My head canon for that was the person who lived here would stash all the stuff they needed behind the railings. I had to take the flamer trap and destroy the walls and the scaffolding, leaving just the floors, and then I could place the things in a place where I wanted down here. I went around the side, as places the junk here, and on some of the sides, or most of the sides, what I used was the partitions, the junk partitions. I placed them, I destroyed them with the flamer trap, and then I set in a wall, and that merged the two together. I used the mine shaft walls, the abandoned mine walls here with those. And over here, I just put a regular junk wall in, using the same process, and the mine shaft, abandoned mine shaft walls. I placed junk here, mirrors here, and stuff behind it. Not so much that it was flashing, because it wasn't really flashing, it was just that I needed it to match. I wanted it to match the front. We had stuff on the front, so I wanted the sides and the back to match the front. So I put those stuff here, merged those stuff behind there again. I had to destroy everything except the floors with the flamer, and put down the stuff and then repair the walls and the scaffolding. I did the same on the back. Here I used the Army walls like I did on the front to merge the two walls together, mine shaft walls and the corrugated walls, so it looked like tin shining through. Again, I put stuff behind there using the same process as before. And something I wanted to try was to make it look like we had doors sitting against the walls, which I think turned out decent and not exactly like I wanted, but they're pretty decent. I put this stuff here behind the railings also, and I put the signs here together, which I'd done before. And this is just a regular mine shaft wall. And they're over here. I used Army base walls again and merged the mine shaft wall with the destroyed wall. And I put this piece of chain link fence in front of the window to kind of reinforce it. Put this stuff behind the railing here also. Right here I used the junk wall, destroyed it, put the regular wall up, and then repaired everything. Now this, I like the concept, but it clips through too much Here on the cigarette machine in the barrel, I think it clips through too much right there, but I like the concept. I like the way it looked. Let's go on inside and take a look on the inside. Let's see what we did here. Here, a tinkerer's workbench destroyed with the flamer trap. Stuck the stash box under it so it looks a little more used. In the corner here, the washer and dryer set, some cards on the wall, a light on the wall, some wall decorations up, curtain around the window. On this window here, you can see I put the slates up to make it look like it was boarded up, and a blind. You can still look out, but it looks more like it's reinforced. Chemistry station. Back here we have our kitchen with our kitchen cabinets. I tried the white, but the white didn't look good as the blue ones, so I put the blue ones back. I tried to merge them in with a counter, the western counter, but it didn't work for me. I have to do some more work on that. Put a shelf up, put some decorations on the shelf and the counter, merged the stove in so it looked like I had a cooking area. Over here I had the table. I destroyed the table with the flamer, put the chairs under it because it's the only way I could get it that close. Put some decorations on the table. This stove with the fire in it I have done before. Destroyed the stove, put the fire on a mat and raised it up and then put it in place. I used the columns here from the enclave set to make the stove pipe going up. Over under the stairs, I put some junk under the stairs in the corner here. I had to use a mat, place the armor on the mat and slide it up under the stairs. This side here, we got the display case with our alcohol and stuff in it. We got some decorations on the wall. Over here in the corner, we have our little seating place with some decorations and flowers around the wall and the floor. Go on over here and go up under the stairs and open this curtain door here. We have the bathroom. I have a little place here with some cactus and flowers here, so whoever could sit maybe and put on makeup or whatever they needed to do. Over here on this wall, I used the mine shaft wall, but I used the one that was cut in half diagonally, and I used and merged it in with the one of the junk partitions, and it left a big gap here on the corner and on the top that I covered with these posters. Decorated this wall here with a poster, merged the shelf and a sink together to build this old looking sink, and put this mirror behind it, and I put the shower in the corner. Originally I had the junk outside shower here. It looked better, I thought, than this one, but it didn't quite fit the concept, so I removed it. And on this side I have some decorations against the wall and a table. I have 2 or 3 frogs merged together here to make it look like a wad of rags on the table. And that's what I have in the bathroom. Go ahead and leave here and go upstairs and take a look at the loft bedroom upstairs. Okay, we'll go around and we'll look at the wall bedroom upstairs. I hung this tapestry here, this Union tapestry here, to kind of close up the wall area here, space area, make it a little more secluded. I had to remove, well, I didn't remove the roofs because I didn't think I would be able to put them back. So I destroyed them with the flamer trap and then put the stuff up here under the roofs and repaired the roofs. See, I have a sitting area, a sleeping area, a little clock and a light. Behind this I have this partition so whoever it is can get dressed behind here. I have the mannequin with some clothes on it, maybe a uniform that the person used, a picture on the floor, a stash dresser with some junk on it, knickknacks, clock on the wall, a stash dresser here with some plushies and dolls and knickknacks on it, and I have a picture of the kittens here. That's basically the build. Let's go outside and look here. As I said, I have these buildings around, but I couldn't incorporate them into the build area, but it looks nice just to be able to walk out and look out over it and see all these things. Sometimes there is a settler that spawns here, essentially giving you an ally. And you could put an ally here also, then you'd have two people at your camp. Now we'll go up under the stilts, the house here, and take a look, because we do have a lot of stuff that would have been drug up here to be saved and used. We have the cow under here, and this stuff has been drug up here for safety reasons. We have a well here with so we can get some water. We kept our bees under here. It is tall enough that you could walk under. So that you would be able to drive under, and maybe they drove this car up here and left it here, and when they abandoned it, they just left the old car here to rot, along with these wagons and a little tree trying to grow up through here for some reason around these rocks and under this shade. I don't know, I guess the cow fertilized it enough to make the tree grow. We have this old fountain here that was left. The new person that come by and took over the place and put their little dog house and their collectron up under the house. Maybe there was a kid here at one time had a tricycle. Come on back out, look back around here. There must have been some child there, because we had a swing on the tree here. Well, and that's basically the build. As I said, it was intended as a practice run and a trial run to see if I could make this. I think when I do make it in the build I have in mind, I may make it a little bit smaller and use something besides the Pittsburgh Scaffoldings to make stilts out of. I don't know. I'll still think about that a little bit. But that's all. That's it. Until next time, y'all be good and be safe.